It's amazing. It's a blessing. It's bigger than I envisioned, and I envisioned some big stuff. So a little bit about me. My name is Tracy Morris. I'm executive director of the Blue Heart Foundation. We started in 2013 with like 3-4 guys. Hey, Stacey, Dan. Love Stace. Seriously, we started in 2013 with 4 young men, or 4 kids, and we've grown to something that's, to me, just simply amazing. Not only in numbers, but in vision, in hope, in pride. We see these young men as coming back as community leaders, and we groomed them over years. And not only the beautiful thing about Blue Heart itself, but the impact that it has by just being able to see these young men exponentially. The impact it has exponentially, where you wouldn't even think. Like, you don't even have to be a member, but when you go down the street now and you're on Euclid, take a look up on the left-hand side by Starbucks, and you'll see young men from your own community. I was a young man that grew up in Southeast San Diego. We all have our own challenging issues coming out here. Some are, we all take them different kind of ways, but the central thing is that, there was a lot of trauma there. So the vision is for me was to bring young brothers together, young men together, and to be able to have a safe space so they could talk to each other. We have enough adults telling us what to do, and their version of us. But I think it's important for them to speak to themselves and build their version of themselves and become just not different, not changed. It's a bunch of cookie cutter people. But they all become these individual men with the same drive, love for each other, love for the community, and most importantly, love for themselves.
To each other, when I was introduced to the Blue Heart Foundation, and I was probably a little older than y'all, but closer in age then than I am now. So I am so grateful, number one, to be with y'all. The energy in this space is beautiful energy because we have beautiful people and parents who are sacrificing and young men who want to do the right thing in life, which there are many, and the stories don't always get told. So I want to tell you that I love you, and I know you all will do great things, and I'm going to always be here for you. And I'm glad that I don't have to go to UCSD, because I can come right down the street, because this is the community that I live in, the community I love, the community I grew up in, and now I have the honor of representing this community. And really, there is no greater honor than to represent District 4. And this is the historically Black community. Yes, demographics change, life changes, but this is where we were redlined to, Southeast. This is our home. So I want to say to Blue Heart, welcome back home. Tracy, welcome home. There's no place I would rather have you be than right here with us. And I cannot wait. The impact has been amazing, even with all the different travel. But being right here, there is nothing like being at home. And there is nothing like having the impact that you can have in our communities. We are in need of each other. We really are. And I'm glad to have you. So thank you, everyone. Call us if you need us. We're at City Hall, and now we're doing in person again. So I can do what I promised.
We are going to have Monica do it's a groundbreaking, it's more symbolic. We're going to give her this nice little shovel.
Okay.
And she's going to go over there and dig at our fake dirt to help us launch a real vision. So we appreciate you. We'd like to program overview and basically what this entire space is going to help bring to this community, to our community. The first presenter is going to be Trey Watkins, Charles Trey Watkins. He's going to give you a quick, brief overview of our Mindful Heart program, as well as our Mindful Heart, which includes our mentoring program. Trey, can you come on up, please?
It's an honor and privilege to be here today representing the Mindful Heart program. My partner, Mercedes Siggs, she runs the program with me. She is unable to be here today, but it's been an honor to do this. And I want to echo the words of Councilwoman Montgomery said it's good to be home. Tracy said that the program started back in 2013, but I remember back in 2003. This wasn't even a vision, this was just an idea. I've known Tracy for a long time. He's my big brother, and there was a passion for wanting to create something in this community that he didn't have. Right? My daddy graduated from Lincoln in 1969. I'm born and bred in Southeast, and so I'm just looking at this program, what it's been able to do. I wasn't able to be a part of the Blue Heart organization as a kid, but as a man, as an adult, Tracy has given me the opportunity to share whatever knowledge, whatever expertise that I have had, and this has paid over dividends. So I just want to give a round of applause to Tracy and the whole Blue Heart team. When Tracy called me in the fall about this idea about a mindfulness program, we were in the middle of the pandemic, right? We're coming out of a summer dealing with the ongoing onslaught on Black lives, with Breonna Taylor, with George Floyd. We've been locked in the house for almost a year now, and he said we need to do something. Right, we need to do something. We keep our programming going, but we need to address the mental health of these young men because they are dealing with these same issues that we are dealing with as adults. But this is a completely different environment. I didn't talk about this mindfulness idea. You know how Tracy can get, he gets really excited, so I said, hey man, I'm on board, let's do it. So we start with the basic concept of what is mindfulness? What does that even mean? And all it really is the basic human ability to focus on the now, to focus on the moment, to not be too concerned or worried about what's happening, what's going on, or what's gonna happen. And research has shown that it has proven to increase attention span, to increase confidence, to lower the chances of substance abuse, which we know to be a coping mechanism, right? And of course to reduce stress and anxiety. So thinking about creating a program that would address these things and introduce mindfulness to 13 to 18-year-old boys, my partner and I, Mercedes, were really informed by a simple philosophy. The Frederick Douglass quote that said, it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Right? It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. We want to give them these habits, to expose them to these things so that they have the tools necessary to deal with the things that we know we're all dealing with. So we have three basic pillars of this program. They were to inform, to equip, and to support. Right? We want to inform them of the different issues related to mental health, as well as the benefits of adapting a mindful practice. We wanted to equip them with the tools necessary to take that new knowledge gained and put it into practical daily use. But most importantly, and that's why having this space, a physical space, is so important, especially in this community. Because Tracy said a safe space, but there really ain't no safe space in this world that we live in. So what we want to do is create a brave space for these young men to be vulnerable, to show them what vulnerability means, right? And address these issues in a way that we can all talk and all come to figure out the solutions that will help us all together. And so with this program, there's three elements. We have a culinary program, we have a mindful wellness program, and we have our mindful mentors. Our emotional wellness program takes place in workshops, and we've had different therapists, we've had licensed therapists come in and talk about different issues related to stress and anxiety, mental health. We've talked about suicide. We also implement mindful practices of mindful breathing with yoga, doing different exercises, right? Showing them and telling them what these issues are about, doing a deep dive with licensed professionals. With our culinary program, y'all know 13 to 18-year-old boys can cook? Y'all know that? Yeah, they get excited about that. But what it does is give them the opportunity to practice that mindfulness, right? So often in life, we rush through and kind of do our daily chores, but what Mercedes does an excellent job of is slowing it down, right? Not just going through the steps of cooking, and we've done brownies, What else have we done? We've done edible facial masks and stuff like that. But really thinking about what you're doing, being present in the moment, and giving them a different activity. And some of these kids get really excited into it. But the most important aspect of it, I believe, is our mindful mentoring. We have 4 of our mentors here today. Y'all raise your hands real quick and take a real quick round of applause. We got I've had the privilege to be able to mentor the mentors, right? That's my favorite part. So I get to pour into these young men as they're all college age, right? They've all achieved some level of success as well, but teaching them and showing them how to do this thing, right? And pour back into these kids. And the stories that we get from the mentors about how it started back in January and how both they and the mentors were nervous in it, and now how they're texting back and forth and they're gaming online together, right? It's such an amazing experience. It's such a dope thing. And so it's been such a pleasure and such a privilege to be a part of this program the last 6 months. And again, having this face is just amazing, and what it's going to do for not only these boys but for the community of South Asia. It's such an amazing thing. I'm glad to be a part of it. Thank you all so much.
I would always ask my mom, why is this plane flying? How is it even in the air? And all she said to me was, maybe one day you'll have a job and you'll know the answer to that question. So I was like, I'm going to find out. I went to college, I studied aerospace engineering, and although engineering is awesome, I felt isolated sometimes because I was one of 3, one of 2 Black people or women of color in my classes. I work in corporate America now, and I'm one of 2, one of 3 Black women engineers. And like I said in the beginning, I can help out and I can recruit, but I'm not that decision maker yet to bring more people in. So we want our young people to know they can do STEM, they can do math, they can do engineering, but we want them to feel confident that they can run tech companies, that they can do a startup. San Diego is a great, innovative place to be. And if I knew at an earlier age that I could start a company, hey, I might have been Elon Musk by now, you know? So we want them to feel that way. We want them to feel like I can be that CEO at a Fortune 50, or I can start a Fortune 50 and be that CEO, be that CTO. So Tracy and I, we are starting this partnership. We're building this pipeline together, and I'm just very excited to be working with Blue Heart, and I hope that you all continue to support Blue Heart and also support Greater Than Tech. Thank you for your time.
So the next thing that we're going to go over, or we're going to just talk about, is the Southeast Scholarship. Are you ready? Okay. So basically, we have I can't see me because I'm not responsible for it, but I fully back it 100%. We have Ms. Stacy Dent. She is going to discuss the Southeast Scholarship Initiative.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. There we are. So my name is Stacy McClanahan Dent. I too, like many others presenting, am from Southeast San Diego, born and raised in the turf. And thank you, that's right. I'm here today to actually share with you, how many, all that please guys, come on. Thank you. To talk about the Southeast Scholars, which is a scholarship that was created specifically for students from Southeast in mind. So I am an educator by calling, not by choice. When I grew up in Southeast, I actually wanted to be a bilingual juvenile court judge and a youth advocate because a lot of my friends were getting killed and locked up. We say smoked. So you would literally be in class one day and your friends would not be there. And it wasn't that they were coming back after COVID, or maybe they were being shipped away with their parents because they were in the military. They were never coming back, or not for a long time. So that was my motivation when I left Southeast. Well, when I left for school, I engaged in some pretty high-risk behaviors myself. And I laughed because if it wasn't for the lifelines in Southeast that I have, and obviously the grace of God, then I wouldn't even be in a position to be a teacher or principal, or now I work in the central office of the San Diego Unified School District as a program manager. So as a Southeast native and a youth engaged in high-risk behaviors, education for me was my way up and out the hood. I wanted to leave Southeast, and I knew I wanted to come back, but I did not apply to any schools in here because I didn't feel safe. So recently I got an award from the Association of California School Administrators, and there was a cash award for the state winner, and I was not the state winner, but once I heard about the award and it was like $5,000, I was like, okay, cool. So the Southeast in me is like, how can I expand this $5,000? And it could go to any graduate high school student. So I was like, okay, Keon, cool, we on. But then I was like, okay, $5,000 isn't really gonna make or break because we've been hustling for scholarships all year. So then I said, okay, what about my family? And then I'm like, well, Southeast. So I really wanted to do a scholars ball where we could, celebrate in the time and my real life job. And so I reached out to Tracy because I was actually just the same day I found out that I won the award, and I was like, oh, we own. He was like, how much is it? I was like, $5,000. He was like, how on are we? So I set a goal to raise more money for other organizations to match my $5,000 to do something for Southeast. And without even hesitating, he pledged $20,000. And I was like, oh wow, that's kind of cracking. So in addition to that, what we now know as the school to prison pipeline is vicious, is nasty, is ravaging through our lives generationally. There's so much research, Michelle Alexander and the new Jim Crow, so there's so many different things. So from my perspective and purview as an educator, and now I'm high up or whatever, we're impacting through a program that I'm building every aspect of the school to prison pipeline. But there's an untapped population, and those are our students who are school age, youth and young adult, but they've tapped out of school. And this was before COVID. School wasn't safe for them. They had things going on in their family. Their teachers didn't like or love them. Their skin was too black. Their hair was too nappy. They had too much going on in their, keep it clean, their African American lives. And now we have this perpetuated, so anyways, there's a lot of level to this, but I went to Tracy and I said, well, I didn't mean for all the money to go to the kids who are already going to college, because we're leaving a lot of kids behind, and so we want the kids to stop doing things that are adverse and high risk. And I know why I was doing what I was doing, and it was to pay my tuition. So if you don't have hope or have a lifeline, then the hopelessness, it kind of augments and clouds your reality and your desire, and then you are in a YOLO environment mindset. So in addition to the traditional scholarships for students who are from Southeast, we also have scholarships, non-traditional scholarships for students who are school age, who don't go to school, don't like school, have become disengaged in school, or in particular are youth, are justice impacted, violence impacted, and gang impacted, for all behind the scene opportunities to kind of help Blue Heart. So, yep, I'm Stacy from Southeast, and we have the Southeast Scholars. Thank you.
So in addition to the 20, we're going to give Stacy an additional $5,000, totally $25,000.
So first we have Ashia Brand. Say your name. Ashia, I'm standing right here. She's getting the whole stack. That's $1,000. And she will be attending one of my alumni institutions, Clark Atlanta University. And Zaria will be studying biological sciences at UC Davis. Next we have Kirsten Smith. All right, get some money, right? So she will be studying accounting at USC. She is also a member of our sister organization, if you will, which is called called Nancy, and this is kind of a mirror organization for females. Oh, okay. So next we have Deshaun Swapper. Okay, he's studying marketing and sales management at the University of Ohio, Idaho. Precious LeShaw. If I'm not mistaken, she will be studying psychology at San Diego State University, and she is over.
So, again, we're not just going to use, I think it's important once you get a space and an opportunity to be able to uplift as many people as possible and give them a plate at the table and opportunities to eat. So the next thing that we also have, that we're also going to be doing is, we're going to use this space here for concurrent enrollment in college, among other academic opportunities. And so right now I'm going to present Dr. Rob Rubakova from San Diego City College. He's uniquely qualified to tutor and change your guys' lives. So,
when was the last time you went to math tutoring and you're like, oh, that was fun, that was good? Right? Okay. Right? Okay, so let's think about that tutoring experience. What was it like, right? Somebody who was quote unquote smarter than you was sitting you and telling you how to do your problems, right? Is there any joy in that? Right? It's just like a chore, right? Well, in our Umoja math jams, we celebrate our Umoja principles and we have fun. We celebrate each other, we embrace each other. We spend an hour talking about mental health. We talk about stress and celebrating each other's success. And we have our, and once you're done learning the math, it's not over. You know, once you understand it, you're gonna help somebody else. You're gonna be a leader. And speaking of leaders, I want to invite Keon up here. This young man joined my office hours with college students, and he was learning pre-calculus. He was killing it, y'all. He was just problem after problem. Oh, is that it? Oh, okay, I got it. Boom, boom, boom. And how was that different than your classroom?
Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about. It was different because the environment was more friendly. It was more welcoming with Dr. Rob. I said it was more friendly. It was more welcoming with Dr. Rob because he was more like personal with it. Like it meant more to him to help me understand. So yeah, it was just like when I was in the Zoom with him, it was fun because he would connect outside of math. We talk about like personal stuff, like what game he was watching that night, stuff like that. I just feel like it was more genuine.
Nice. Thank you, Keon. Sit. This is another Guardian Scholar at San Diego State. I've been helping her with pre-calculus as well. And what is it like when you're in an environment where you're believed in?
Oh, it makes me more successful and motivated to get things done. I would say with Dr. Rob's help, most definitely gave me the boost I needed when I could sit there and knock out 4 assignments in a matter of an hour that I sat there for a week and kind of like procrastinated on because I'm dealing with senioritis, y'all. Like I'm so old school, but I remember those moments where it was like, okay, and I'll have to do this, but I don't have any support, and then I remember, like, I have people like Dr. Rob that will sit with me and help me get through one individual assignment, and it'll be 20 minutes that I thought was going to take me maybe 4 hours or something, whatever. And so I would say, when someone believes in you, you get a lot further, and you realize that there's a lot more that can be done with support, and yeah.
Thank you. And I just want to say, that math success was already inside of her. It's not that I did anything. She was already a successful student. She is amazing. Keon is amazing. All of you all are amazing. The way that we're taught math is that we're not amazing, and that's not true. So we need to change that. We need to empower each other and celebrate our success. And I'm honored to be able to do that in this space, and I can't wait to see some math champions, some STEM leaders that y'all are gonna be. So thank you very much.
Maybe merging it with the DJ.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's why we are here. We are a football team, and what are we here to do? Play football. Play football and win. When Michael wins, and he wins games for us, which he's going to. When he does, this is the thing. We become more relevant to you. But that doesn't mean we just win and walk off the field. When we walk off the field, we come here. We're here for you. Michael himself has created a program that as a quarterback, a starting quarterback for a D1 school, and graduating magna cum laude, which he would never tell you, and that's why I'm doing it. Graduating magna cum laude is because he knows that he's got something he can offer you. It isn't just, let me keep it for myself, I'm gonna make some money and then I'm out. This is about what can I do to give back to the community. So part of what Strikeforce is doing is creating a outreach for our own community. We want to support you. There's boot camp, which is free. You will get coached by Michael, not on the field, but for success in life. You will also be able to be part of Special Forces, if that's what you want to do. Meet other pro athletes, meet other leaders in the sports industry. We're doing this because we know that this community deserves to get this information. And with the way that digital content is today, we can make it available to you. So the Strikeforce isn't just a football team that plays football on the field. We're a football team that comes out to serve all these young men, all of you in this community. It doesn't take just one person to raise your kids nowadays. It takes a community, and that's what we're here for.
It's been an honor to be back here in San Diego, to be a part of the football community that gave so much to me as a high schooler, and have the opportunity to come back and be a part of a program like the Special Forces with the Strikeforce, where I can bring some of my other colleagues and professional athletes, as well as other people that I've played with that are now in the NFL, to come back and to give back and to serve our youth. And there's been a lot of talk today about mental health and mental awareness, which is so important. And one thing that I really believe in, especially in the sports community, is that's something that's so overlooked. Dealing with performance anxiety, dealing with time management when you do get to college, and you're dealing with school on top of going and traveling and playing a game. I know what it's like to be in a place where you tie your identity to your performance. And you play well one day and you're in front of 50, 60,000 people and you feel like the man on campus that week, and then the following week you don't do so well and you don't want to go to class and you don't want to show your face anywhere. And so those are struggles that are untalked about in our community, and with the help of the Strikeforce, I'm really, really honored to be able to start shedding light on those situations, to really help our youth, to build the emotional tools, to be able to be successful on and off the field, and then for life after sports as well. So thank you so much for having us. We're excited to see you at our games coming in 2022.
We're going to bring up Ryan Ware. Ryan Ware is our construction manager. Right? Construction manager? Construction manager. So what he's going to do is he's going to turn this empty space into the space of our dreams. So we appreciate you. And if you kind of see a pattern of what we're hiring, whether it's a STEM coordinator or a scholarship director, we're kind of going a certain direction here. All right, so Ryan, go ahead and tell them about your vision and everything about you.
Yeah, how y'all doing? Can everybody hear me okay? How y'all doing? I'm Brian Weir. I graduated from San Diego State University. Former basketball walk-on there, so none of y'all over here want any problems, by the way, especially Keon. I worked as a commercial project manager for over 15 years. I also have my master's, my MBA in project management. So excited to work with the team here, bring the vision together. It's really, Tracy and the team's vision that I'm here to put together. But I'm excited to work with you young men because, kind of like my brother here, I'm, talking about that emphasis since being an athlete, you know, and going through that in college, you know, I can kind of relate to you guys on, you know, the other side, going to a high, you know, a STEM degree and going through that process. So if any of you guys are interested in engineering, construction, even just learning how to build with your hands, you know, I look forward to working with you guys and exposing you to those opportunities because there's money in those industries, right? And they're not talked about. And I've worked under people who are millionaires, right? That walk and talk, put on their pants just like us, right? And I realized I was doing most of that work for them. So I went out and started my own company, created my own opportunities, and that's how I'm here. So, you know, I look forward to bringing this together. I told Tracy, you know, he wanted me to work as the contractor, but I said as a manager of the whole project, I can have overview of everything. I can work with you guys, spend time to work more with the entire organization, and also find other hungry contractors and things like that, other young brothers and sisters in the community that know how to build as well. So, you know, I have a relationship with Hamid down at the BCA. You know, I have a relationship with other small Black and minority contractors. As you see too around the room, I was also responsible for putting together the rendering. So if any of you guys have that artistic kind of thing, you're interested in the CAD and the marketing, it's a great opportunity to learn as well. So, you know, I'm thankful for the opportunity. Gonna bring in my well-rounded experience as much as possible for the team. I know we have like a summer program going as well. So, you know, we'll have walkthroughs of the space. You know, we can talk about the process, talk about the budget. You know, I think once you guys really understand the money behind it too, that can also be a motivating factor as well to continue to pursue a career in construction and STEM. So, you know, I look forward to working with all you young men. In the past, I've worked with like Zeke and Keon, you know, great young men, so they're a great representative, so it was a no-brainer to team up with Tracy and work on this project. So. If you guys have any questions, reach out to anybody in the community, let me know. I also, you know, work with contractors. You know, I can provide designs. We do permit management, work with the city. Who ain't got their phone off silent? So, yeah, feel free to reach out to me. I have a few business cards. You can also find me at www.bwcs.info. That's my website. Brian Ware at LinkedIn. Yeah. Y'all want to go hoop or something, let me know, man. We can go. Like, I said, come on, man, come on. Y'all don't even know. So, but no, I look forward to it, man. So I really appreciate the opportunity, and you know, feel free to reach out to me if there's any questions. And I'm looking at setting up my little office here in the corner so I can be here and support this endeavor. So, thank you again.
We would like to welcome Assemblywoman Dr. Akilah Weber, who is a native of San Diego. She's also my high school friend, and we would like to welcome her over at this time.
Hi everyone, so you guys don't know this, but I've known, I call her Stacy, for a long time, since 7th grade. Yes, I'm a native, but I'm from this area. I went to Encanto Elementary, and then I was at Gompers for 7th through 12th, many moons ago. And we graduated together the same year, so we've known each other for a very long time. I want to congratulate Mr. Morris and the Blue Heart Foundation on this amazing step. It is not easy to do what he has done and what the foundation has done. But I'm so very proud of it. I've watched from actually day one, and he probably doesn't know this, but I've watched from afar, even before I was on the assembly, because I am a mother of 2 young boys. That's why I was rushing over here. You gotta make sure I give my time to my boys as well. And it is extremely important that we work with our youth, our Black males, because you all are our future. And so I was watching to see, okay, what are you doing with these boys? Because my boys at some point will be old enough. And I want to make sure that their peers are doing and involved in the same thing that you all will be doing. The track record for the Blue Heart Foundation speaks for itself. Every year I'm watching the signing from afar, and the fact that you have 100% acceptance to college is amazing. What you all are doing with our young men is incredible, and it needs to be modeled throughout this city, this state, but this country. So congratulations, you guys that are just joining Blue Heart. You have joined an amazing organization. You have alumni who will love and support and help you get to where you need to be. Every single one of these kids that are going off now are going off to do great things because I'm following them via their parents as well to see what they're doing as they're going off into college. And so I am so proud of this space. I continue to watch. I continue to see, and I expect that we will continue to have great things come out of each and every one of you young men that come from this program. And remember, the important thing is that once you get to where you are, you need to make sure that you come and give back. Stacy left and came back. I left, went to college, medical school, did my residency, fellowship, and then came back. So make sure that you come back to this community because this community is pouring so much into you, and in order for us to sustain as a people, we have got to make sure that we come back to support each other. So thank you so very much. I am proud of you all, and I know that you all will do amazing things.
What Dr. Weber said is true. It's important for us when we go away that we come back. But those of us who are staying, you also have a responsibility to improve the quality of life in your community here, just as our next speaker who has done such a thing here locally. And next, please welcome the mayor of America's finest city, Mayor Todd Gloria.
Tracy, congratulations on this momentous occasion. To the young men who are here, it is great to see you, and particularly to the seniors in the black shirts, congratulations, fellas. I'm very, very proud of you. I wanted to be here because as mayor of this city, my responsibility is to move this city forward. I'm doing it with the notion of trying to make sure that this city works for all of us. And part of why I'm such a big fan of the Blue Heart Foundation. You know, watching what this organization does, investing in young men who can turn around, as was mentioned, certainly by Dr. Weber, to be able to come back to this community, that's how you make the city move forward. That's how you make the city work for all of us. And I'm a believer in this organization because I've lived it myself. I'm a little old for the Blue Heart Foundation. There wasn't one when I was in school, but I did participate in a youth mentoring program that changed my life. When I was 14 years old and I joined this program, I had no idea what I was getting involved in, but what it did was give me the life skills, the connections, the relationships that allowed me to be the first in my family to go to college. The first ever, right? My mom was a maid, my dad was a gardener. I know the importance that organizations like this one, the mentoring that happens here, the after-school work, and by the way, the commitment you all make to show up to these programs, right? You still have to raise your hand and volunteer and participate and come back again and again. It says a lot about you, but it also says a lot about this community and an organization like Blue Hearts, which is not that old. It's a pretty new organization still, can take this momentous step. Tracy and I were hanging out at that cubbyhole over on Market Street for a while. This is quite the upgrade. This is a bit of a glow up for the organization. And what I love about it, again, as mayor of this city, is what it says is that this organization is here to stay.
Yeah.
And importantly, this location, right? This location right here on Imperial, where you'll have tens of thousands of people driving by every single day to see this name on the building, to let it be known that this community cares about its young men and are willing to invest in them. It says that stories like mine don't just stay with someone like me, but there's going to be literally hundreds and over time thousands of young men who will have that same experience. The first year family to go to college, you graduate from college, you come back to this city, and you come back and you contribute in any way that you can. My parents taught me that if you care about something, you're supposed to leave it better than you found it. I care deeply about this city. That's why I've lived here my entire life, and why I'm honored to be your mayor. I hope that all of you, because of your participation with Blue Heart, literally about love, right? Hearts, love. They love you, this organization loves you, your city loves you. I hope that you'll return that back with some love back to this neighborhood. This is a strong message for Southeast about this organization being here, right on this major thoroughfare. The message of these young men in these black shirts that look so smart and so good. I predict a bright future for Southeast. I predict that because of Blue Heart, because of these young men, because of Dr. Weber, And I want to let you know that I'm a full partner in making sure that this community starts getting its due, because a city that works for all of us is not for all of us if it excludes Southeast. So let's be really clear. Southeast's best days are still ahead, and it's not because of buildings, it's because of young men and young women like all of you. So thank you, gentlemen, for what you're doing. Your mayor believes in you, he is proud of you, and your community also believes in you and proud of you. That's why this space will be able to exist. And Tracy, I'm happy to be here for the groundbreaking, but you know this mayor loves her ribbon cutting, all right? So I want to come back when we're done, because that's a better day for all of us. But congratulations, Blue Hearts Foundation, and I would say to any San Diegan who gets to hear my voice on this, please support this organization. Support this organization. It's a nonprofit organization. It exists because we help make it so. Contribute, donate your time, be a mentor, get involved, support groups like this. This is how you change a community. Tracy, I'm proud of you. Thank you very much. Thank you all for being here.
So at this time, we would like to thank you all so much for coming out today to support this. Did you have people that we want to introduce the team, and also we have some free swag? Yes, I think that is appropriate. I know, I'm just
I feel like
going to take over. Come on, please.
Okay, so what we'd like to do is be able to introduce our staff before you guys leave. Everyone that's really the backbone of Blue Heart. They're the driving force. Before it was just me. Now it's a whole bunch of people basically.
Like Tracy said, my name is Amir Duke. I am currently a rising junior at Morehouse College, an economics major with a minor in sales and marketing. From San Diego, California, born and raised, and I'm just here to help out, give back to my younger brothers, and keep this going.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Reggie Thomas. I just finished my 3rd year here at San Diego State. I'm a business administration major. My senior year, I was a part of the Links Achievers, so I see the benefits of a mentoring and a program like this, and thank you guys for all coming out.
My name is Jasmine LaFleur. I am the STEM coordinator for Blue Heart, and I also started a nonprofit organization called Greater Than Tech, and Blue Heart and Greater Than Tech are partnering. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
My name is Dallas Edge. I'm a mentor for the Blue Heart Foundation. I'm also a first-year student at USD for their graduate program. And yeah, I look forward to working with them in the future.
You're in our first graduating class, right?
Yes.
Fine example. Go ahead. Good to meet you guys again. Everybody, my name is Trey Watkins. I am another one of those who left and came back. I'm a second-year doctoral student at USD in the Education for Social Justice program. Being the coordinator for the Michael Hart program, getting to work with the mentors as well as the young men.
San Diego State. I was born and raised in Southeast Dago. Bouncing around. You feel me? Yeah, I know all about struggle. I know about adversity. I know how to turn it into fuel, and hopefully I can inspire the same.
Marketing and the IT manager, and I'm just very excited and thankful that you guys came to our wonderful, amazing, this is so amazing, groundbreaking, yes. That's it.
My name is Ron Jefferson. I'm the operations manager with Blue Heart, working on processes, systems, and raising money. Thank you for all of it.
And I'm Stacy McClanahan-Dent. I am a native of San Diego, a community supporter, and invisible silent supporter force behind Blue Heart.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Stephanie Garcia. I am the program manager for the Blue Heart Foundation. I've been working along Tracy for over 4 years now. I started off as a parent, became a volunteer, and now I'm part of the staff. So went through the process, so I'm really excited to be here again. Thank you so much for coming today. Looking forward to putting some amazing programming, helping raise money for Blue Heart. And again, thank you again for being here.
What faith can do. Not gonna give Matthew no money today. This is the proof. This is the proof that faith works, right? Faith works. You just gotta write it out sometimes. You know, it's going to be hard and it's going to be challenging, but if you look at your dream and you just keep it right in front of you, God is going to bless you. So this is not mine. This is ours. This is all of ours. And it's due to your prayers, your hope, your guidance, and your love for